Live. People have been wanting video for this thing, and it's happening with Johnny Pemberton
Look
right
at us.
now.
Look at us. We're on video.
We're on video. We're on audio.
Full SAG.
We're all over the internet right now.
SAG screeners.
Yep. Do you get those?
I've got them.
You've got them?
I've
Do you
got
ever
them.
watch them?
Yeah, I watch them.
Yeah.
I also sell them.
Wait, what?
I sell them online for hundreds of dollars.
Eat
People
way-
in Taiwan.
Yeah?
Yeah, I make a significant amount of money selling illegal screeners.
But isn't it your name like watermarked or embedded in there?
I don't care, man. I'm a badass.
Whoa.
I don't give a shoot.
Whoa. You don't give a shoot?
I'm shook RN.
Okay.
I don't give a freak about ducks.
Oh.
I don't give a fruit about the duck.
You don't give a fruit about the ducks?
Mm-mm. I'll quack all day.
You'll quack all day?
Uh-huh.
Crack all day.
Calm me down. I'll calm you up.
Johnny Pemberton. You got an album coming out soon, dude, right?
Yeah, well, it's out on cassette now if you're part of the club.
Whoa.
The Starburns Club, you got your cassette. The cassette has a special hidden track on it that won't be released digitally. So, the album drops digitally May 15th.
Wow.
It's an album, it's all prank phone calls.
Heck
Prank phone
yeah.
calls and hold music.
Well, that's great. We get a lot of fun, interesting people who call into the show. We
Yeah, I
got a
know.
lot
I
of
heard about
weird
that.
fans of this show. So maybe
That's
we'll
good.
hear from them a little bit later on today. But yeah, excited to have you on the show. There's a
Me
lot of
too.
people that were excited whenever I announced that you're going to be a guest.
Yes.
Yes. We're doing it.
Slippery.
So we met. When did we meet? Probably like 5 years
don't
ago,
know.
maybe.
That's hard to say. I mean, time is so liquid.
Relative.
Mm-hmm. Relative? Yeah, it is truly relative.
Mm-hmm.
It's relative to the point of maybe not really even existing.
Yeah. Are we? Is this a simulation that we're in?
I mean, probably, right? If it can be, it is. So, but the thing is, does it matter if it is a simulation? I don't think it does.
Do you think we're a weird video game that God is playing, like we're the Sims?
Yeah, I think it's more that there's just other people who are using us as a simulator, and they are simulators themselves. It's like that thing where if everything is a fractal, there's at no point in which something, it's like, it's too late. It's already everything. So it's like that thing where, why rush? Because you can't get there any faster anyways. So you might as well just, it's like being in a traffic jam. I think we're in sort of like a traffic jam where this is just this is it. This is your life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I started seeing you around some of the festivals and different stuff like that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I saw you and Brendan do, I think, the Bone Zone at Moon Tower years ago.
Oh, that was fun, man. I almost missed that. I was sleeping in my hotel room because I just got there that day because we were shooting the TV show back then. And I was so tired. I woke up just in time to walk really fast down to the Velveeta room, and I was late, but I was like just perfectly too late. Like not just perfectly not too late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun because I was in like a haze of sleep. When I got there, I was like, give me a Coke or something real quick. Here, I gotta fucking wake up. I think I had a Red Bull right away.
Well, you snapped into that character perfectly quickly, so that was great.
Was I doing a character?
I think you had a mullet and a hat.
Oh, that was different.
Was that different?
Was this at Moon Tower? Was I?
I think it was.
Are you sure? Was it the Bone Zone Live with Martha Kelly?
There was also, maybe it was a different festival in Tulsa that we
That's
did.
what it was.
That was the one in Tulsa.
That was Dicker. Yeah, it's Dicker Troy. It's a character.
Dicker Troy.
He's a friend of mine.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a union driver. He's good friends with Josh Fadem. I know him kind of.
Do you think we could get him to call? Do you think he could call into the show?
Dicker
could we get a hold of him?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we can hear from him a little bit later in the show.
Dicker's he's probably available. Yeah.
Maybe you can text him or something. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
He doesn't do text, but I can probably get a hold of him.
Yeah. Well, I've got a rotary landline over in the corner over there. If you.
That'll work.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when did you start? You've been doing acting for quite a while, right?
I guess so. I'm doing comedy longer. That's what I started with.
Mm-hmm.
How'd
you get your start? Like, what were some of the first
Acting or
open mics and stuff that you started doing?
I have like a weird history with stand-up because I never really got into open mics. I didn't like them. The first couple I went to, I was like, this sucks. I feel like there was something about them that felt very what's the word? When you feel like you feel very ostracized. You feel like you're like I felt very uncomfortable. I feel like I wasn't.
Yeah, well, it's a very specific format that you're forced to do. So if you are not flourishing in that format, then it's like, well, how am I going to develop and feel good about the stuff that I'm creating?
Right. Yeah. It's like a thing where, actually, when I look back on it, there's a lot of places I thought were not open mics, but this was an open mic I was going to.
Yeah.
I just, for some reason, thought that I had to call the person, like, Laura, can I come do the show tonight? She's like, yeah, you can. Yeah, sure. And I get there and I was
There's
like,
a sign-up sheet and...
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand the concept of it. The first time I ever did stand-up, though, was, well, not the first time, but the first time I ever did it for real was in the Belly Room.
Really?
At the Comedy Store. Because the long story, or the short story of it is I was working at Fox in the web, like Fox.com, doing a website shit when I first moved here. And a lady I worked with, very nice woman named Haley, she was dating a comedian named Peter Sprite at the time. Well, I guess I should back up though. We were making this like web talk show for the Fox.com was making like a promotional talk show online to show, have people from different shows come on and talk about their shows. Like this was 2006, so it's like, early internet, not very robust. And I was helping with that. My friend Michael was like the host of it. We were like writing it internally. It was a fun little stupid thing. No one cared about it at all, right? But somehow they had enough money to let us produce this fucking thing. We rented some space out and hired an audience. And I was like, oh, I'll do, because I've been wanting to do stand-up really bad. I was already doing improv and stuff at the time, but I wanted to start doing stand-up because I've always wanted to do stand-up. And I decided I would do warm-up for this paid audience that was coming to this fucking web talk show somewhere deep in the valley. I'm like, oh, they're a paid audience. They're going to be so happy and want to laugh. Like, I was sure of that. I was sure of it.
I'm going to have the best set ever.
Yeah. My first time, like, my little fucking notes doing, like, oh, God. I was probably wearing, like, these crazy 70s golf pants, like, bell bottoms. Like, that's how I used to dress, like, wear, like, really crazy vintage shit.
I used to wear a red jacket for the first few years of stand-up, like this bright red blazer I was
blazer.
Like, it was a blazer.
That's even better.
Yeah,
that's even worse actually.
Oh, it's way worse.
Yeah.
It's better worse for sure. Yeah, I thought that like that was gonna be my thing that made me, be apart from everybody else.
I guess it kind of did, right?
It did for a little bit. It did its job for first, but like years later, I'd have comics be like, hey man, did you used to wear a red jacket?
Yeah, I did wear a red jacket.
I used to be a red jacket comic, yeah.
Well, I did that web talk show thing. I did it in front of this audience who I thought was going to love me. And it was like, I could just see the disdain and scorn. Like they're there just to laugh when they need to be laughing and off camera, right?
Oh, of course. It's work for them.
I had no idea.
Have you ever done that before?
No.
Dude,
I never will now.
I've had to do it. Like back in the day, whenever I was doing background work, I was doing also like paid audience.
Oh.
Paid audience work is 10 times worse than background
I bet.
work.
Because you have to actually laugh and so you have to bring something. So, man, I fucking bombed. I bombed like, when you bomb and people won't make eye contact with you because it's like this thing where you're sort of like poison. It's like, oh, this person experienced something so bad that I don't want to have to look at them to feel, because you emanate this stink. It's like a thing. If you look at someone who just bombed, they're like, help me, and you're like, oh no, I don't have time to help you.
Yeah.
This is my first time. I mean, I've done some stand up like in people's living rooms in college, like twice, just to friends, like we were drunk and stoned, like doing this weird dumb shit, and that was great, but that was also not the same thing. So this was so terrible. And I remember like Dana Gould saw me. I mean, you told me years later when I met him, like through different circumstances, like, you don't realize this, you probably don't remember this at all, but you saw me do my first stand-up comedy. It was the worst thing ever. So, and the host kind of sold me out, and the audience got on his side because he was like making fun of me, which he should have,
Right. You got to clear that situation. You got to address it, unfortunately.
Yes.
And as a young comic, though, you don't understand that.
No idea.
So you're like, oh no, I
He's fucking
did
selling
something
me
wrong.
out.
Andy's selling me out.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm getting it from every angle.
So I felt bad, but the thing is, I didn't feel that bad. I didn't feel like I wanted to never do that again. I just knew like, okay, I have to reevaluate this because obviously this is not how it works. And that woman Haley I worked with, who was also working on the talk show with me, she was like, I'm dating this guy named Peter Sprite, who's a stand-up comic. And she put me in touch with him, and Peter was like, come over to my house. I'll help you with your writing. So I went to his house, and he like sat down with me, and I just told him some stuff I was writing and thinking about. I was like, okay, this is great. You have to shrink this down a lot, like a ton. Taught me how to like to cut it down, and then because this man is basically an angel. He's like, honest to God, he's probably one of the nicest, most kind people to ever exist. Like not just from my experience. Like other people will tell you the same thing. This guy's like the fucking greatest, Peter Spray. So he put me up on his show he made a monthly show at the Belly Room with some other guy. I can't remember his name. His name was Brian something. And he put me up on the show. Like, and I was like, go to the Comedy Store, right? I don't know fucking shit. I've got a backpack. I'm in there. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on here because I'm just hanging out at UCB and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is like a whole new world. So I'm hanging out in that back room there for probably 2 hours because, I mean, it's still the case now. A lot of those Belly Room shows, everyone gets to go up. Like all the people get to go up.
Yeah, the outside produced shows at the Comedy Store are known for being very long.
Yeah, because you have to put up all these people who like I remember having to go up after Francesca Hilton.
Oh wow!
And seeing like super crazy weirdo people up there, and I got to go up.
She used to heckle people from the audience.
She's nuts, totally nuts.
Yeah,
and I didn't know what I was getting into. And the Aaron Cater was, Aaron Cater? Mm-hmm. He was hosting, and Peter actually I have a fucking VHS of this because he taped it for me. It's so nice too, like a sports thing. Like,
so what year was this? Whenever you're going up,
probably 2006.
Okay.
So I go up and I'm expecting it to be terrible, right? I'm so nervous. I had like 3 Heinekens beforehand. I keep peeing like every 5 minutes in that bathroom back there. And I'm just expecting it to be terrible. And it's like, it goes great. And you can see the expression on my face where I'm just, like so happily surprised.
Oh yeah,
I haven't accounted for
off like kind of like you're like looking like kind of like an animal that's already been like hit before, and then like slowly you're like, this owner's gonna treat me nicely tonight.
Yeah, and I had like this crushing experience, and it was great. And I was like, oh my god, this is how it's supposed to be. This is awesome. And someone told me like, hey, just so you know, that's not how it's always going to be.
Somebody brought you back down to reality like immediately?
Well, not immediately, but it just was like, they're really warm. And you just got to know that. I know. And that was great to hear that, though, because it's
right.
like, it is a thing.
There's always a realist stand-up comic around that's like, they see somebody who's green who goes up and has to say, great job. By the way, this isn't how it's always going to be.
Dude, people fucking hated me. Like, they hated
I'm sure.
me. They were just like, let me give you some advice. Like, what you got to do is do this. You do this because you look so young. You got to do this. I'm like, okay, sure. I'll do everything that you tell me to do without. Should I do that before trying what I think is good?
Yeah.
Like, kiss my ass. You know what I mean?
Do you remember any of the jokes that you were doing whenever you did that audience warm-up set?
It was some of the same stuff that I did when I did the Belly Room. Just was like, some of it was about like being from Minnesota, how it's so cold. One of them was definitely me trying to be like Richard Pryor. The joke was, it gets so cold in Minnesota that everything is just like, everything stops moving. Mm-hmm. Even when the chimney comes out, the smoke is out of the chimney, it hits the air and he goes, fuck it! And just like freezes. It was like my impression of Richard Pryor talking about like, I can't remember what it was, because I've always been really into Richard Pryor. Like personifying something that was not human. Yeah, I don't even know. I could probably find that shit, but it was something where that was, it was such a cool experience because I can't believe how much better it was than anything else.
So you were doing improv back in Minnesota for a little bit before?
A little bit. I just took some improv in college and stuff.
That's kind of what I did like in high school and college. Just took like some improv classes and it got me like super into it. And then I started taking classes later. But is that?
I was really into the Upright Citizens Brigade TV show back when it was on Comedy Central. I loved that, and I found out those guys had a theater. And they studied with Del Close in Chicago. So I was really into all that, all the Del Close stuff. And the fact that those guys had studied there, and the fact that like Bill Murray and all those other guys studied at Second City, which is still, that's also Del Close based.
Del Close has one of my favorite comedy quotes.
Oh, really? What's
which
that?
is follow the fear.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite, like as far as like performance goes and everything. I think of that quote all the time whenever I'm trying to push myself to do some new stuff that might bomb or whatever. I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work. And then I hear that follow the fear.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
The other thing about him is those guys were really into psychedelics and stuff. I was always really I got into taking, I think I took psychedelic mushrooms for the first time like And I was like 17, 16. I was like something where, oh, this is incredible. This like changed my world.
Yeah.
So
was that when you were studying with medieval monks?
Yeah, I was studying with them a lot. It was really hard.
Johnny Pemberton.
This is really bringing me back, guys. Yes, what is it?
We have missed you here.
Sorry, guys. I really haven't had time to go to church. I do enjoy church.
Shame on you.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, you're always going to shame me because I could never be the same as hundreds of men with the same haircut who eat really good cheese and drink beer all day. You guys are all drunk. You know that.
Yes, we get quite drunk often.
Quite often as in constantly?
Constantly.
Off your own supply. I heard about this.
Yes, we make our own grain alcohol.
Oh, I didn't know you made your own grain alcohol.
Yes.
God, you guys are freaks.
Johnny, we need a new supply of porn.
Yeah, what about getting a computer installed in the rectory?
What is a computer?
Well, do you want me to explain it, or I could have someone else explain it to you if you want?
Could you have someone else explain it? We don't trust you for this one.
Yeah, I have a good friend named Dick or Troy. He can probably explain some stuff to you if you want.
Hello.
Hey, how's hold on a second here. Hey, how's it going right here?
Pretty good.
Wow, I can't believe we got Dick or Troy on the program.
Yeah, I managed. I told him I was going to be here at this time, so I told him to give him a call in.
Okay.
He's on hold right now.
Oh, he's on hold.
Do you want me to get him in?
Yeah. Could you get him back on?
Yeah. Hey, Dicker, are you on the line or not?
Hey, what's up? I'm holding on line right here.
Hey, man. Do you mind just taking over? I'm gonna blow my nose and take a shit real quick. Is that cool?
All right, I'm here. What's going on? What's Skippy?
Will you please explain how a computer works?
You want me to explain how a computer works, do you?
I think that's what they're asking. Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. There's nobody in Christendom that can explain how a computer works other than the computer itself. Because nobody knows how that shit works. No one person out there can explain to you how a collective effort works. That's like having one horse tell you how a horse team works. They don't know.
So you're claiming right now that nobody knows how to explain what a computer is. What about guys like Bill Gates or Steve Jobs?
He can tell you the basic definition of what a computer is. He can tell you it's a processor that understands how things work, but he can't tell you tip to tail, top to bottom, inside, outside, run around the gym 6 times and ask the question what a computer is, because he don't know. It's a collective effort.
Now, do you think if somebody maybe who built a computer explained to you a little bit more what it was like, do you think that you would then be able to explain what a computer is?
Well, explaining a computer and telling them about a bunch of monks about a computer is 2 different things.
Okay, how would you explain it to some monks?
Yes, please explain it to us, Dicker.
Well, I would tell you right now that a computer is essentially a format of God. It's a way to access the God mind that you previously is only available in altered states of meditation and or reverie in the light of the Holy Spirit.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
You can say it all you want, but I know it don't make no sense. If it made sense, then it wouldn't make money. You know what I'm saying?
Johnny couldn't help us with the porn, but it sounds like you may be able to help us with that.
Well, seeing as I don't indulge in pornography as I typically don't have time for said such type of item. I don't think I can help you out with that.
Is that the only reason that you don't dabble in porn is because you don't have the time for it?
Well, time or inclination is kind of one and the same. Here's how time works, Jeremiah.
Okay, I would love to hear.
If you've always got the time, but the question is, do you make the time?
Also, I just like the way that you say my name, Jeremiah. It's very
Jeremiah. I knew a Jeremiah once.
Did you?
Yep.
Well, was he a cool guy?
He was a cool kid, 7 years old. He was so smart and interesting and fun that one day he thought he could outsmart a freight train. Guess what?
What happened?
He didn't outsmart it.
Oh no.
He did about 6 backwards hamsprings, and then he hit that snow fence and got turned into dust.
Wait, so Jeremiah was an acrobat.
He was a young acrobat in Bakersfield, and I grew up. A good friend of mine.
So were you also around the age of 7 when this happened, or did you just happen to be friends with a 7-year-old?
I was 7 as well. We grew up together. He's the only friend I had outside my daddy and brother.
Now, whenever you were playing with Jeremiah, like in the train yards and stuff like that,
Right.
Was your voice as low as it is now?
I didn't speak until I left the farm.
You didn't speak until you left the farm?
I had a mean daddy. I grew up on a charcoal farm in Bakersfield.
Really?
My daddy was mean as he was black.
I'm not really sure what that means.
Well, it was a charcoal farm. You ever seen charcoal before, dumbass?
Oh, okay. I thought
Charcoal's black, dumbass. It's black as black can be.
Listen, Digger, you don't have to call me a dumbass on my show. I don't think it's a good look for the show.
I don't have to do anything I don't want to do, so why don't you straighten up and fly right?
Okay, yeah, I'll fly right. Now, if with your permission, I'm going to take a phone call from your dad right now.
Go ahead, you can try, but it might not be him. He's dead.
Okay, let's see if it's actually him or not.
Okay.
Hello? Is
Hello?
that my son on Jeremiah Wonders?
Hey, what's up? This is
Hey.
Dicker.
Hey, I know who my son is. I know how the sound of my son's voice sounds like.
Well, I wish you did, actually.
Oh, you don't think I did a good enough job raising you, huh?
Nope, don't think you did at all.
Oh, you think you sure as shit do a better job as your daddy?
Well, no, that's actually literally impossible for the son to raise himself as a father.
Oh, you trying to get smart with me, boy? Next, are you going to be trying to explain what a computer is to me?
I'll explain what a hand feels like inside your mouth once I'm pulling out a tooth.
Oh, really? You want to fight your daddy? You want to go right now?
I'll take the asshole hairs out your ass and put them on your butt.
I'll take the butthole arm hair off of your head and put them in your eyes.
I'll scrape a skin cell off the inside of your throat, send it to a lab, have it grown into another throat, and make you eat that throat that got grown.
I'll take your nose inside out and make you look at the inside of your eyeballs inside of it after I pull out your butt through your ears.
I'll bust your lip.
You've gone too far with that last one.
I'll bust your lip with a toe.
What? You
Oh.
will not kick me with your pinky toe and make my lip bleed. I'll tell you that much because guess what? I know karate.
I'll come at you with a double chop, teach you how to spin.
I'll spin you through a John Deere so quickly that your blood will scream for the centuries to come where your mother will hear it after your grave is shallow.
I'll make you dance like a honey bun.
I think we lost your dad. I don't.
Yep, he's out of here. I gotta head out of here too. You know what? I gotta take Tom Cruise up to Temecula. We're shooting Mission Impossible 9 right now today.
It was great to have you on the show.
Good luck with those pewters, monks. I'll tell you what, you might as well stick to that black bread, molasses, and good quality beer. That's a computer in itself.
All right, Dicker Troy. That was cool.
That's crazy.
Man, we had a lot going on there in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Dicker called in. His dad.
His dad did, really?
Did the monks leave or not?
We are still here.
They're sort of omnipresent, eh?
I guess so. I thought they were going to leave, but I guess they just can kind of show up whenever they want.
Yeah, they can just, that's what the joy of being a monk.
Yeah. This brings us to our next segment, Pizza Party.
Pizza, time for a pizza party.
So we just had some sausage and pepperoni pizza.
Delicious.
From Joe's Pizza in West Hollywood.
Hey, I'm Joe.
Is Joe calling in?
Oh, I think he's trying to call in here, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Joe's trying to call into the show right now.
Oh, really? Is he trying to call in here? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Is this Joe?
Hey, what's up? This is Joe from Joe's Pizza.
Wow, your voice is really high, Joe.
Yeah, you know what? I got a cold, so kiss my ass.
Oh, wow, and you're so clear on the podcast. It's like you patched in. You didn't even. It might be like a Skype thing or something.
Yeah, it's a Skype thing. I got good Wi-Fi here at the store.
Yeah, the audio is super crisp. I like it though. I like it.
You like it? Because I might have to turn the Wi-Fi off real quick. Hold on a second. I have to turn the freaking Wi-Fi off. Hold on a second here. I gotta turn the freaking Wi-Fi off.
Okay.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi's messed. The Wi-Fi's messing up. Hold on a second.
Okay. Joe. Hello. Joe. Something's wrong with the Wi-Fi, obviously. I hope that you are still able to see this video.
It's Joe. Hey, what's up? Sorry about that. The Wi-Fi was all screwed up.
Wow. Yeah, you didn't even sound like yourself for a moment there, Joe.
Yeah, my brother was here for a minute, and he's got a really bad cold. When he gets a cold, his voice gets really high.
Okay. Well, it's great to have you on the show. Thanks for supplying and sponsoring Jeremiah Wonders with amazing pizza every week.
Happy to do it. It's easy. It's fun. I like it. You know, what can I say? I like you. I like pizza. When you put the two together, it's like glue and glue.
Glue and glue. And I can't think of anything that sticks together better than glue and glue.
Yeah, people always say I stick to you like something on glue, but you know what I always say is I stick to this like glue and on glue.
I think that's a brilliant observation.
Yeah, you know, I'm making a glue pizza. How about that, huh? Just kidding. Nobody would want that.
Now, Joe, did you have any suggestions for Johnny to try anything on the menu whenever he comes by there?
Yeah, here's what you do, Johnny. Can you hear me, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm right here, man. What's up?
Okay, I want you to come down to my pizza place. I got 3 locations. I got one in West Hollywood, got one in Hollywood, and I also got one in, I think it's down by the beach or something like that.
Okay, you don't know where your pizza places are?
I know where they are. I just, you know, how about you know where you are and I know where I am, and you just shut the hell up.
Johnny, try not to offend Joe.
I'm not. I just thought you might know where the
you got to
pizzas
respect your elders, man. This is not cool. You kind of interrogating.
Is he
him
my
acting.
elder?
I think he is.
Yeah, I'm fucking 42.
Okay, I'm not 42.
Well,
yeah.
there you go. Obviously, he's an elder.
Got it.
Okay, so what you gonna do? What I'm gonna recommend you do is you come on down. You tell me your name when you see me. You see me because I'll be having that shirt on that says it's me.
Oh, what is that? You mean have a shirt that says Joe on it?
Yeah, it's got a Joe with an arrow pointing at my freaking face, dumbass.
Okay, you got it.
And you come on down. Here's what I recommend you have. You have whatever the frick you want, because that's what we do here. Whatever you want, we got it for you.
That's what it actually says on the T-shirt sometimes is whatever the frick you want.
So I just come on down and have whatever the
Joe's,
frick.
whatever the frick you want.
Okay, man, I'll come on down and I'll have whatever the frick I want.
Yeah, we do margarita too.
I love margarita. I love Neapolitan style.
Yeah, Naples is a beautiful place. You ever been to Napoli?
I haven't been there. No, I've been to Northern Italy. Pizza was great.
Yeah. What do you want to do up there for? None of that.
You ever seen a nice perky set of Naples before?
Talking about nipples?
Naples, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a different thing, you know.
Oh, okay.
Jeremiah, you're a good kid, though.
Oh,
Good guy.
Thanks,
good kid.
Joe.
Good kid. Keep playing the saxophone. Keep making old soprano proud, okay?
Oh, I will.
All right, man. That was thanks, Joe.
Yeah, Joe from Joe's Pizza, everybody. I was wondering when he was going to call in for the first time, and that's one of the first times he's called in. So
that's crazy.
It's cool that, you know, we got Johnny Pemberton and Joe on the same show.
What a fun guy.
He's really fun. He's a really good dude. Now, like this may sound like a silly question, but during Pizza Party, I used to do this thing where we would eat the pizza on the show. People were complaining about the chewing noises. So I rather would just talk about pizza. Do you have a good, fun memory attached that like takes you back to childhood with pizza?
Yeah, I have a great one actually. So I used to be like a picky eater. Not used to be, still am.
Yeah, you said no mushrooms or onions whenever we were texting back and forth.
True.
And I didn't text this back, but I was like, a man after my own heart. I don't like either of those things either.
Yeah, I mean I like them, but they don't like me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I went to Italy with my dad because he had to go there for work, and we went to this pizza place by the hotel, and I ordered a pizza, And these guys were like listening to some soccer game and they were going fucking nuts, right? Like, oh, like cartoon shit.
Yeah.
And they ordered this pizza and I ate the whole goddamn cheese pizza. It was like really greasy, covered in olive oil, had basil on it. It was like a plain cheese pizza. It was so goddamn good. But man, it was super thin, right? But I couldn't stop eating it. I ate the whole pizza. My dad was like, what's got into you? What's going on here? You're eating the whole pizza. I was like, dude, it's just really good. And I realized that I'm just not so much, I don't have a small appetite. I just don't like to eat things I don't like to eat. And I ate that whole fucking pizza, dude. The whole freaking pizza in Rome.
The whole freaking thing.
In Rome, baby. It was in Rome. When in Rome, eat the whole pizza.
Man, Kevin McAllister style.
What a great story,
Cheese pizza to yourself.
God, what a great story that was, huh?
Hey, man, that was fun.
One of the most interesting stories I've ever heard a person tell was the one I just told right now. Wow, just breathtakingly interesting. Oh, man, could you come on, just to go on tour, tell that story. What was the story about? It was about one time you ate a whole pizza.
Johnny?
And your dad didn't expect you to eat that much. Wow, what a story, Johnny. Oh, my God. Please come back to Pizza Party. You're so interesting. Oh, my fucking God. You ate a whole pizza? Holy shit. Wow. I can't believe this. How am I going to go on my regular life now that I know that you, as a person who was smaller than you are now, which is not that big, ate a whole super thin crust pizza?
I think we have a caller right now. Hello?
I'll
caller?
take him. Anything would bump that.
Who's this?
Hi, this is Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Hey, I just heard your pizza story.
Oh, cool.
Your pizza party story on Jeremiah Wonders, and I just want to say you're an inspiration.
Oh, thank you. How did I inspire you exactly? I'm just curious.
I never thought that I, as a little kid of 6 years old, would ever be able to eat a pizza all by myself. And after hearing your story, I think I can do it.
That's so cool. Yeah, you know what? I think it's all about having that good flavor, that good taste. And once you get it in your mouth, it's just like you want to just keep getting that taste.
Yeah, I love good taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yum.
When you get a good taste, you just want to keep coming back. You want to get it here. You get to here. It gets you here. It gets you here. It gets you here. It gets you here.
I can't see where you're pointing, but okay, I'll have to look at the video later.
I'm talking to the corners of my mouth, like the deep regions.
Oh.
Yeah, when you're in deep regions and you go in there, it's just like a wicked hot down. Not town down. Yeah.
Hot downtown flavors.
Yeah, because it's all about the taste buds. When you stimulate them, they're just like, hey, baby, keep it coming. Like, unload that truck. Back up the dump truck. Beep, 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 beep. Unload that flavor into my mouth. You know, I got another story about pizza real quick.
I would love to hear it.
Okay, I'll tell you this real quick. In college, I went to college in Florida State University. They had a pizza place called Momo's.
Is it a big party school?
Fucking the biggest.
Dude, the freaking biggest, dude. You have no idea how much we partied at Florida State University.
Honestly, what I heard was that they don't even put Florida State on the freaking thing anymore because it offsets. It's like putting a gorilla in the MMA. It's not even fair.
It's not even. You know what? I heard that they made an actual ban on glass cups there. You gotta have party solo red cups
solo reds
in every household. Glass is not even allowed there.
You gotta have a house cup.
You gotta have a house cup.
Oh my God, you got a house cup? Come on in, bro. You can go straight to the keg. You know about a house cup?
What is a house cup?
Jeremiah, this is cool, man. See, I forget how much I know about partying and college stuff. I don't look like it. Seem like a hipster dude.
Yeah,
indie
but
guy.
you've been through it, man.
I'll tell you what a house cup is.
Okay, what is a house cup?
When you go to a kegger at someone's house.
Familiar.
You will have a couple cups that are called house cups that mean that the person lives there or they have privileges there and that they get to jump the keg line because they got the house cup.
Wow.
Everyone else has got the regular cups. House cup is like a special color or it's been written on or it's like a thing.
Or it's like bejeweled or something.
Some sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you go to a big kegger, you got to have a house cup. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting in line for that fucking shit beer.
Wow, I can't wait for this kind of treatment.
Oh, I didn't even know that you were...
Oh, he's still online.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
You can't wait. Go to a party school. It's going to be great. I can tell you all about doing keg stands. Keg stands are a great, fun thing to do. Last time I did a keg stand was in the back room at UCB, and then I heckled Jeselnik. It was really fun.
Heck yeah. I like that a lot. So you're at Florida State. You said you got another pizza story.
Yeah, we used to go to Momo's Pizza.
Momo's.
And it was great because it was like super hip. It was you get beer there, and all the girls who worked there were super hot, even though they probably weren't just hot. They were hot by virtue of working there. And I went there. I created something there that still stands today. It's something called Flavor Zones. What you do, you got your oregano, you got your garlic salt, you got your Parmesan, you got your chili. And you've also got, typically the four, that's the four.
It's part of the pyramid of ingredients for toppers for pizzas.
So what you do, you got this, Momo's had big slices, like fucking huge, big old slices.
How big we talking?
We're talking about a slice that's probably about
big as my freaking face?
Yeah, bigger. Like
Bigger?
really big slices. That was the whole thing. They were really good. And what you do is you create flavor zones. So you go like garlic salt along the back line. You do parm up the middle and maybe across. You do a couple. So basically what happens is you do a bunch of lines.
You make a pizza grid almost.
Sort of like a grid, but more like a freestyle grid. We have different lines. If a line of garlic salt, line of oregano, line of parm, line of chili, and they have different points of intersection. And so you basically, you have about, if you do it right, I think you can have about 16 different slices of pizza because one bite will be a mixture of the regular pizza with the garlic salt and the oregano. And one will be a mixture of the parm and the chili. One might be a mixture of the garlic salt and the parm. One might be a mixture of the oregano and the chili and the garlic salt. So it's like this thing where every bite is a new zone.
Dude, you're blowing my mind right now.
It's called Flavor Zones, dude. And you guess what?
Wow, you're sorry. You're such an inspiration.
Thanks, man. Just go ahead.
What keeps going on with your phone on the other line, Ralph? Like you're clear, and then
it
sounds like you're.
I think it's a Wi-Fi issue, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the Wi-Fi. It just keeps cutting in and out. You know what I mean? That could be what it is.
Yeah, definitely. I think that I think a lot of people are gonna try to do those.
Hey, it's Joe again.
Oh, hey, Joe, what's going on?
Wi-Fi.
Oh no!
Okay,
You wait. Did you call back in? Did you call back in just to let me know that you have Wi-Fi problems?
yeah, super bad. I just want to let you know I'm getting help with it. Don't worry about me.
Okay. I'll have to tell Ralph.
My Wi-Fi, help, the squirrels are eating the cables.
I didn't even know that Joe's was near a place.
Oh my God! Get off the phone, please.
Get off, Joe. Get off the phone. It's time for. I'll call you back later whenever the Wi-Fi clears up. Okay. Oh, it's getting worse.
Wow,
dude.
that was bad, man. That was truly terrible.
That's pretty rough, man.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Well, this concludes Pizza Party.
I love pizza.
Pizza. This has been the Pizza Party.
It's good.
I love pizza. I love pizza.
Yes, we do.
Even though it's got cheese in it. You ever had cheeseless pizza before?
I don't like it.
You ever had it? You've had it though, huh?
Yeah.
I had it one time. This hippie dude at guitar camp tried to talk us into getting cheeseless pizza as delivery, and it was actually pretty good.
Was it?
But that's because he sold it so hard, man. He was like a good salesman, this hippie dude.
Sometimes if you sell it right, then
Yeah.
you be convinced. I just had salad pizza for the first time.
Tell me about
a couple months ago. Really good, surprisingly.
Uh-huh.
A lot of lettuce, a lot of there's literally like a dressing on top of it,
Ooh.
on top of the bread. Gray Block Pizza over in Santa Monica, they have it.
Red sauce?
No, it's
No
not
sauce.
it's like the vinaigrette or whatever that's on top is the dressing for it.
Here's what I gotta say about that.
I give that 5 out of 5. Really good.
Yeah, man.
Let's get into this next segment.
Okay.
Fanning out.
Fanning out. Questions from fans.
Fanning out.
I reached out to the Twitterverse and Instagram and asked people if they could ask Johnny Pemberton any question. What would it be?
What would it be?
Wait, the monks are back?
We're back, but we're about to leave.
Wait, don't leave. You just wanted to say that you want to say goodbye before you left.
We want to say goodbye before the apocalypse.
Wait, the apocalypse is coming?
I don't think it's coming.
Yes, it is.
Okay, you've been saying that for a long time, baby.
Well, That's all we have.
Okay, see you guys later.
All right, we'll see the monks later. They're kind of omnipresent. They could come back at any moment.
Yeah.
But let's get into this first question. This is at King of Something Arbitrary on Instagram.
That's a cool name. I like it.
Who are the best Overwatch players of the comedy realm, other than
Christ.
Pemberton, of course?
I don't think I'm the best, but I think I'm pretty damn good. God, it's kind of embarrassing that who are the best? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where I purposefully keep that separate because it's like a very nice, simple form of decompression.
Yeah.
Do you play that game?
No, I don't.
Do you know what it is?
No. For me and the listeners, what is the game?
Overwatch is a what do you call this? It's called what's Call of Duty called? It's an online multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's
My brother and I
multiplayer.
play that a lot.
Okay, well, it's like Call of Duty, but
Yeah.
it's designed by Blizzard. You know what Blizzard is? Blizzard makes the game called World of Warcraft.
Yep.
So it's very colorful, and it's a wonderfully designed game. It's like a game where there's people who play it for a living. They play it for a living. They have competitive Overwatch teams actually play in Burbank. It's a big deal. It's like an actual big deal, and that's what the game is. It's just that, but it's instead of Call of Duty where you level up and you get access to more weapons and things. With Overwatch, everything is equal, so it's all about your ability to play. And it's all different characters. It's really fun.
Okay. Cool. I'll tell my brother to check it out. He's still games
It'll
quite a
suck
bit.
you in, baby. You'll be done.
You're done.
You're freaking done.
Freaking done. At Eel J Brain from Instagram asks, "What's in your garden, Johnny?"
Right now, my garden is super overgrown. I'm about to cut it down. I have a bunch of arugula. It's all gone to seed and flower. I have a ton of fava beans I need to harvest, but I haven't been because I've been sick and lazy.
I feel like anytime you say fava beans, you have to go.
I know. It's fava. I actually call them broad beans because fava beans has such a connotation now with Silence of the Lambs. I have a bunch of broad beans.
Is that weird that anytime somebody mentions a bean, it's instantly referred to from a movie? Like people instantly think that?
It's because
You're
it's...
like, listen, it's in my garden. Don't say that.
Favas are they're a beautiful plant. They really are. They look like little aliens. They're wonderful. It's the first time I've ever grown favas. I got these seeds. I got these Italian seeds. There's this company called, I can't think what they're called, but this beautiful package Italian seed company. I grew that. I grew some peas this year. I grew a bunch of peas, but those are all also ready to be cut down. I've got a lot of dill, and I had spinach, but spinach is all gone to seed as well.
This sounds like a pretty reasonably sized garden.
It's not that big, but I've had bigger gardens. I can manage a pretty fucking big garden.
When did you start gardening as like a hobby or a passion?
Probably about 15 years ago.
Wow.
I'm pretty into it. I like it almost as much as anything else. I find it to be infinitely fascinating.
Wow.
I think that seeing a seed come out of the ground is basically, it's one of the things I feel like is linked to the human genome in terms of excitement. Like there's something about seeing something that you fostered that it's almost, I don't know what it is. There's something about seeing a seed break the ground that you've planted that is just, there's nothing that feels that good. It's just this, it's like this weird combination of excitement and potential and beauty. It's like just, because you think about a seed is such a crazy thing. It's like it's like a little computer basically.
Now, do you have a desire to have children?
Yeah, I guess so. We all do. If you say you don't, you're just denying. It's all programmed into our brains to want kids.
Into the DNA?
I think it is. I guess, I kind of do.
Because the way you were talking about the plants kind of,
right.
Could be, you're seeing them grow and evolve.
It's true.
And it's like, oh, okay.
But there's something about plants that's different because it's like a little alien. People talk about aliens being one way, but I really, honestly, God, think that we already have aliens in the form of all these different plants and fungus. There's so many weird plants out there that are just like, are you kidding me? This is a real thing? Like, they're so infinitely bizarre.
Well, some of the weird animals that we have, especially whenever you start going really deep into the ocean and everything, you start looking at it and you're like, this doesn't even seem like it's of this planet.
Yeah, it has completely different interest than anything you've ever known.
Yeah.
Plants are similar to that too.
This is just funny because it's such a vague question, but it might trigger something. At Isaac Newton _Levine on Instagram, ask him something about Duncan Trussell.
Cool. Well, that's on you then.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you something about Duncan Trussell.
Right.
What is your weirdest story that you have with Duncan?
I don't know, man.
Or weirdest experience or a weird memory?
I don't know. I think anything I think is weird is probably not that weird.
Yeah?
And vice versa.
Or crazy or anything that's like something like abstract that's happened or something that you guys have learned together or gone through together?
God, I'm trying to think here. I mean, I don't know, man. We've been on tour a bunch together.
So maybe tell us a little moment, a little vignette of something fun that happened on the road whenever you guys were on the road together.
God, I'm so bad at that kind of stuff because I can't remember because a lot of stuff doesn't stick out to me because it seems sort of normal or it's something where I feel like I shouldn't talk about it or it's, I don't know. All I can think about is when we were leaving Australia where we're super tired from partying the entire day, tasting wine, and then going to a comedy show and taking speed. And
all this is completely normal.
It was kind of, you're in New Zealand, so it's like, of course you're going to go wine tasting. I think it was weird that, I don't know, Duncan and I have been fooling around, like, we joke about stuff for so long. Like, I don't know, I guess maybe the weirdest thing is sometimes we'll just talk in character for like an hour.
Oh, that's fun.
Like, it's for like a full hour of just pretending to be Uncle Jed and Kimmy.
Who plays Uncle Jed? Who plays Kimmy?
Those are, I just made those up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but something like that.
Something like that. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
the speed and wine thing after being in New Zealand.
We were in New Zealand, went to Waiheke Island and had a bunch of wine. It was wonderful. And then
How does speed and wine pair?
as good as anything that ever has paired before.
Really?
When I say speed, I mean Adderall.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you, I mean, it's truly a perfect pairing.
Okay.
Daytime wine tasting with a moderate amount of
Adderall,
of pharmaceutical methamphetamine. Pharmaceutical amphetamine, which can be Vyvanse or Adderall. I think Vyvanse works better because it's metabolized. But you mix those two, and it's a very, like, it's not like a wild thing. It's just a sustaining joy.
What would pair very good with this oak cherry wine? A little bit of Adderall.
Yes, I think so.
Just a hint. Maybe some South Bolivian Adderall mixed with
you mean CRO Cream?
Yes, if that's what you call it, perhaps.
I say no thanks to CRO Cream.
CRO Cream. Where can I get this CRO Cream from?
Well, you can call up a guy. Actually, I don't know where you get any CRO Cream. I don't know anywhere you get any CRO Cream.
Trust me, I have the financial stability. If you tell me where I can find this CRO Cream that you so highly speak of.
I know somebody.
I can get you whatever you need, honey.
Wow! Again, another person who just patched in the show. I think the connection here is. I think I have really good Wi-Fi.
Yep, I'm on Wi-Fi all the time.
Now,
you want CRO Cream? I got it for you.
Okay.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah. Who are you? First of all, you have to state your name. You can't just barge in to hack the Wi-Fi and just take over the show.
I'll tell you my name. My name is Tippy Sniphauser.
Tippy Sniphauser.
Tippy Sniphauser.
Okay, that's an interesting name. Where are you from?
I live in Mobile, Alabama, right where the water meets the wine.
Okay, let me try to.
Okay, I don't know about this lady.
Let me try to get that wine taster back on the phone.
Okay.
Yes, it's me, Randolph. Question again to Tippy, is it?
Yeah, it's Tippy.
Now, where can I get this CRO Cream that you keep speaking of?
You gotta come down to where I live, okay? I got CRO Cream underneath the house. Come on down to where I live, and I'll hook you up, Gunny. I'll hook you up, sweetheart. I'll hook you up good. I'll shoot it into your veins with a piece of liquid snapper.
Now, what is a snapper? I've never heard of it, and I don't know if I want to shoot anything into my veins or not.
Well, here's how it works. What you do is you take a safety pin, and then you take a little eyedropper, and you take yourself a tourniquet. You tourniquet your arm. You poke a little.
I don't think tourniquet is the proper way of saying it.
Well, guess what?
Continue.
If you know what I'm saying, if you understand what I mean, then I guess it's proper.
Okay, I guess so.
You tourniquet your arm and you pop a little hole in in your vein with the safety pin. Then you suckle up that little eyedropper to the hole and you squeeze in the CRO Cream.
Okay.
And that's how you shoot it in. It's cleaner. You can throw away all that stuff and you don't have to reuse a needle from some dirty boy.
Wow, it looks like CRO Cream is going to be part of my new regimen. Thank you so much.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go tend to my dogs.
Me too.
Bye.
Wow, that was strange beyond belief.
That was really weird. Did we even have to be here while they were having that conversation?
No, we
I
didn't.
think they could have had it on their own time, but sometimes it feels good to, for you and I to connect friends.
Yeah, I like connecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else you got in that document? I'm ready. I like answering questions. I do. I don't know what it is about questions. It's fun to answer questions.
Right? It's good. So, this is from @Jeffro.
Oh, Jeffro.
A.I.I.
Well,
Ask him about the Taco Dixon incident, please.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to think what Taco Dixon even comes from.
It's probably a riff from a old podcast or something.
Yeah. Everything that people remind me about is always a riff from an old podcast. And anytime I say
and you're
something,
like, that was improv. I don't know.
it's gone. It's like spitting in the ocean. Where's that spit that you put in the ocean?
Yeah.
Well, it's in the ocean somewhere.
Let me just I know
Taco
I know
Dixon.
it happened, but let's try this one.
Maybe things about Taco Rico. Taco Rico is a different thing, but yeah.
Yeah. What's Taco Rico?
I don't know. It's just something else. I tend to
some of the riff.
tend to say the word Taco Rico.
Okay. @Revelot's Finest. Johnny, can you spit a quick freestyle for us?
I guess I could. I need a beat.
Let me try to do this. I've never done this before.
I mean, I could.
Wait.
I can. I'm not really in season right now, to be honest.
Let me try to do this. All right. Let's be quiet for a quick second.
Okay. This is a hard thing to do.
This is a very hard thing to do.
You're trying to create a loop, I understand.
Yeah, I'm trying to create a loop. I don't know if I did it. Nope. No.
Dog, boo, dog. Oh, I don't know how to do it either.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, man.
Well, we tried. Well, I think there's got to be. Oh, no. Here we go.
Making Georgia.
Here we go.
Making Georgia.
Here we go.
Making Georgia.
Okay.
Try now.
No, try now.
I'll
No,
shut
try
up.
now.
I'll shut up. I mean, you're getting there.
I'm getting there. I'm gonna have to. This is so funny. I'm getting there. I'm gonna.
Oh, now we're still.
Now we're still looping.
Recording.
This is. What is happening right now?
I'm gonna have to. Now we're still looping. This is.
Oh my God, we're in the simulation.
No, what's happening?
Double up. My baby's got a double butt.
It's getting
Grab my butt.
crazy.
It's a nut.
Gotta get it. Gotta get it. Get it.
Krakatoa. I got a deck I want to show you. That was fun.
That was fun. All right, now I'll just do a beatbox with my mouth.
Okay.
And we'll do it from there.
It's this mic though, right?
Yeah. Oh. Or you can do it. You can do it from there.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're troubleshooting, guys. Here we go. We'll do this. All right.
Oh, now I'm gonna do the freestyle right now. Oh, blade me. You got a fucking baby. Come downstairs and just lay me. I got a pillow made of bad little butts. I'm coming downstairs and I'm doing all the cuts. Got breakfast ready for your dad. I'm feeling extra fucking sad because he left me on the doorstep with the big butt coming up in his face like a big old shut. I'm a Krakatoa crackle. Big backle. Got a fucking spackle. Jizz made a snack hole. I made a snack hole in the bathroom. Put your pizza in there. Make a new home. Oh, boost. Boost to boast. Got the coast to coast. I got the coast to most. I got the crows in the nest. But when your breast. Oh my God, check it out. She got 3 breasts. Got the nipple on the crosstalk. Big bark hawk. Oh my God, I got the chalk made of I can't nothing else.
Oh man, yeah. Johnny Pemberton rapping on freestyling, son.
I'm not in the flow right now. It's a thing.
No,
you're in the flow.
You were riding that flow.
But I haven't been listening and thinking about it. It's the thing. If you have to be like always listening and thinking about it. Otherwise, you lose the feel.
You lose that feel, that vibe. That was good though. That was
Thanks,
fun.
man.
Yeah, that was a weird a loop thing that happened.
It was.
But that was still fun.
It was fun.
This is from. Let's try this one. Oh, this was an interesting one. What's at Blake? At Blake Kincaid, what's the most depressed you've ever gotten? Does it still happen? And what do you do to combat it?
I don't know how to measure what the most is.
Yeah, I don't know if you can technically quantify. There's probably
some medical scale. I guess what I do about it is I sometimes, if I do, I just go like, hey, this is ridiculous. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I guess it depends. You know, I think exercise is the key. If I can exercise, that usually always helps. Like exercise like an extreme amount. Like I have to beat myself. Like I run like 7 or 8 miles, and then that always seems to help quite a bit. That or cleaning up something, like doing something. I remember read somewhere once that the best thing you can do is the thing. You never feel better than if after you do the thing you don't want to do. You've been putting off doing something like that. Like you've been putting something off, and then you just do it. There's some better way to say it. Something about how like you basically I hate doing this.
Almost like making yourself kind of busy and making yourself do a task or something to kind of get you out of that funk.
Yeah, because almost so much of that stuff is like this thing where you have the time, so your brain sort of it attacks itself, and if you can find a way to not allow yourself the time to think about something, to dwell on something, that's how you escape the pattern of negativity. I think that's a good way. Also, a lot of people swear by helping other people, even if it's for selfish reasons. Like, I'm going to help someone else.
Bobby Lee talked about exactly that on this podcast whenever I had him on, where to get him out of depression and to get him out of feeling bad, even if it's for selfish reasons, he feels better by helping people. Yeah. And he helps a lot of people.
What does he do? Like volunteer or something? What's his
no,
go-to?
He's more like, I don't know what he does on that scape of things, but he's just really good to other comics. Yeah. Like if he can tell somebody's struggling, or like he's bought me so many meals whenever I had no money, and he's done that for hundreds of comics, and he'll take young comics on the road with him to get them, to build their confidence.
Right.
And, yeah, he's really good about.
I think that's an important thing too. Is you also gotta, if you have money, you gotta spend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Yeah, I mean, if you
it's
just save it,
it's like if you got fucking TV money, buy everyone drinks.
Yeah, why not? Mm-hmm. Now I had multiple questions about this. I'm gonna generalize because some of them were kind of weird questions. But multiple people asked about your colostomy bag.
Oh, cool.
How long have you had a colostomy bag?
Well, I don't have one now.
Okay.
But I had one for about 10 weeks. I guess it was 2004 or something like that. No, 2001. Mm-hmm. I always forget what year it is. Yeah, I had it for about 10 weeks. Between different surgeries, I had my colon removed. Whoa. And before you can have everything hooked back up again, you have a colostomy bag. And you have that for 10 weeks, and then they hook everything back up together, and you start pooping out your butthole, your anus again. And you have a colostomy bag for 10 weeks, and it's something where it's terrible at first, like it really is, like, oh, this sucks, but nothing's that bad if you know it's going to end.
Yeah.
So, but there are people who live with them their entire lives, and those people, they manage to get by. They fly airplanes and shit.
How hard was that experience for you for those 10 weeks, that transitioning moment?
It was hard. I was pretty young, though. I was like 19. So I think you can do a lot of stuff when you're younger that you don't realize.
Yeah.
Because you're not set in your ways as much. You're more flexible. Just generally, everything about you is more flexible.
You can undertake a little bit more. Like, whatever, this will pass. I'm not going to let this get to me too much.
Yeah. It was really hard. It was a thing where there was sometimes it was really difficult just because it's very depressing. It's like a thing where I've never felt so isolated and encumbered by something. It takes away a lot of your freedom.
Yeah.
And it feels like a thing. It's a very embarrassing situation. So something where you just feel,
where does it go exactly?
It goes
on is it? It's like a loose, like almost fanny pack kind of thing that you have to wear above your stomach.
I think there's different models of it, but mine works as a thing. You have a thing called a stoma, which is it's basically like a new anus. It's like it looks like a little sort of red donut of sorts. That it comes out of your abdominal wall. So they take the end of the small intestine and they sew it onto the exterior of the abdominal wall, and so that's where your digestive system exits. So it's right about here, which is like, I'm trying to think if it's basically just to the right and below your belly button.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about maybe 4 inches to the right of the belly button and about an inch below it. And they have a big scar there, about 4 inches wide scar where the stoma was. And the stoma, that's where it comes out. So what you do, the colostomy bag is attached to that. There's it's like a special type of sticker. Then the sticker goes around it. And on the sticker is like a plastic, almost like an attachment, like a pipe flange, or almost some sort of a thing that's like threaded, especially for the colostomy bag to attach onto it. That attaches onto that, and you have a bag that hangs from there. And it's like a really strong adhesive. You change it like every 3 days or so. That's the hardest thing, is having to change that shit.
Yeah.
It's like a very sensitive area. You have to keep it very clean and dry. All that crap sucks, because you just have to get good at cleaning it and drying it and all that stuff. So that sucks. But then you have it attached to that, and your shit fills up in there, and then it has an opening in the bottom, and you open it up and dump it out in the toilet when you sit down. It's one of those things where also when you see it, I have a whole long joke and a whole bit about this. I have a whole bit about this in my act.
In your act?
About how...
Your written material?
Yeah. About how incredibly rudimentary and non-like NASA the technology is.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, wow, this is not like... There's no like pump, like and it sucks it out. No, it literally comes out from gravity, and it's closed at the bottom with something that's not that different than like a chip clip or like a barrette. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? This is what's holding back this
of this human waste.
Yeah, and it's not just regular human waste too. The waste that comes out there is it's so foul, because it's this weird thing where
it's more internal.
It's just you've interrupted the body's natural process.
Gotcha.
So you're catching it when it's not meant to be seen. It's like if a baby comes out after it's been in the womb for a month. It's like, oh, it's not ready yet.
Super premature.
This is not ready. Same with the shit. The shit's like, dude, we're still breaking this down. It's gonna be better. What are you doing here? Why are you in here? The lights are off for a reason, kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, it also depends on what you eat. I don't know. It's so complicated. It's one of those things where if I had to do it again, I'd be like, oh, this would be a breeze, because I know I'm just going to live off the most basic foods. I'm not going to eat anything weird.
I feel like we're a couple of scientists in the lab, and we're just like a couple of poop scientists.
Yeah.
It's like, the current temperature and the weather and the timing of the lunar eclipse, the poop might come out a little premature if it's on Tuesday.
Exactly. It might be chunky. It might see some seeds in there. Isn't that funny how you see
poop talk on a podcast?
Do you ever see seeds?
Ever see seeds?
See seeds in your waist.
Oh no!
You never see seeds? Oh,
I don't think so.
Really?
Hello?
All we are is just another poop in the stall.
Oh, that's a good observation,
Is that
actually.
Pink Floyd that's calling in right now?
Is that Roger Waters and his
We don't need no poopcation.
Ding-a-ding. Ding-a-ding.
We don't need no plot control.
Bing-a-ding. Ding-a-ding.
Hey, poopers, leave this poop alone.
Okay. Bing-a-ding. Such a...
All we are is just another poop in the stall.
And the ability for I think I need to fix the Wi-Fi connection in this house. The people are
it's too
hacking
good.
the show, and it's just super crisp and clear. But
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I'm a fan of Roger Waters, so I guess I can let that one slide.
I mean, you gotta... How can you complain?
Yeah. This is from @ScottMoppin on Twitter. Who's your favorite superhero and why? And if you had to pick one and only one, would it be Duncan Trussell or Brendan Walsh?
Well, seeing as neither of those guys are superheroes, I would definitely not pick them. Now it makes me wonder what this person clearly does not understand what a superhero is.
I think that was like a secondary.
I guess I would pick probably any child under 9. There you go. That's
Any
my favorite
child-
superhero.
That any child under 9 is your favorite superhero?
Yeah, by that guy's definition. I'm just sort of deciding that.
Well, what if it's a secondary question? Like, that's a separate question. So, who's your favorite superhero and why? Are you a big comic book guy?
No, I guess I used to really be into him. My favorite superhero was probably that guy Pitt, which is an old Image comic that never lasted. I liked Pitt a lot. It was like I don't think Todd McFarlane did it, but it was just this. It made like 15 issues. I loved Pitt, man. Pitt was rad. He had these big bones stuck out of his hands. He was big dude. Pitt. It's probably gonna be Pitt.
Look it up. Pitt, dude.
2 T's. Pitt.
If you had to, I think they're referencing as a friend or a person. If you had to pick one and only one, would it be Duncan Trussell or Brendan Walsh? That's kind of a hard question.
That's a question where to ask that is to be.
Yeah.
Don't ask me that.
Yeah. Hey, Scott. Don't freaking ask him that, dude.
Scott, come on, man.
Scott, what are you freaking doing,
Scott,
dude?
what are you doing, baby?
Come on, babies. Don't make him choose between best friends.
Why would I choose anyways?
@PoytonPR on Twitter. Why are spiders getting bigger for real?
Spiders getting bigger?
Why are they getting bigger?
They're getting bigger because it's just the nature of radiation that's in the universe. Eventually, they'll be the size of basketballs and be able to go about 45 miles an hour, and they will win.
And eventually, we're gonna be riding spiders from point A to point B to work. You know,
They'll be riding us, my friend.
wait, what?
I think that's what's going to happen. That's my opinion.
Well, I think that eventually we're gonna start being controlled by the arachnid population.
Yeah.
You know.
If you ever think about it, spiders really are. They're just good.
Well, they're way stronger than us.
Oh my
They
God.
can carry so much more.
Yes.
Their transportation is much more efficient.
And
And
They can
they've got
build.
way more limbs. They can multitask.
They're
so many
engineers.
things. Do you want to become a spider with me today?
I would love to be a spider. Honest to God, I would love to be a spider.
I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, Spider-Man, one of my favorite heroes.
He's a good guy.
Very good.
He's not even that spidery, you know what I mean? Like, Spider-Man could have a lot more spidery things.
At MPQ, well, I'll ask one or two more of these, and then we'll get into our final segment. At MPQ2A, do a segment called "Do You Rememberton," where you ask questions about him in high school.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we'll give.
I'm going to call up myself on the phone, my high school self.
Okay.
Hey, man. Hey, it's me in high school. What's up?
Wow. This is very interesting. I guess we're going to start this segment called
Do You Rememberton with Johnny Pemberton? Oh, yeah, baby.
I'll try my best to remember.
Okay, so what was Johnny like in high school? Would you classify him into a section or a popular group as like a skater, a marching band, an actor, a thespian?
Well, I went to a small Catholic high school, so things kind of blended a lot. Actually, hey, I'm still there. I'll tell you this. I like to play.
That's right. I am talking to Johnny from the past right
Hey,
now.
I'm in the past right now. I hate high school more than anything. It sucks. It's the rules here with tucking in the shirts are absurd, and I hate having to go to the bathroom all the time here. It sucks. I like playing bass. I like going to the commons. I like smoking weed, and I like
listening to Smashing Pumpkins and Parliament Funkadelic.
Do you have a current girlfriend right now?
Oh, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? There's no way in hell I would have a girlfriend in high school. That's impossible. What an impossible dream.
Do you relate to the Smashing Pumpkins like anger and visceral?
Absolutely. Yeah, I love the Smashing Pumpkins for all those things. I also just like the way they sound and like the ding 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 ding.
Despite all your rage, are you still just a rat in the cage?
Yeah, I'd say, but I'm really more into the previous albums like Siamese Dream and Pisces Iscariot and stuff like that. But that was a big album for us That's a big album for us right now.
For you and your friends in high school right now.
Me and my friends who play in a band together. Yeah.
You play in a band?
Yeah, I played in a band.
What instrument do you play?
I play bass in a jazz band and a rock band.
Wow.
Jazz trio, which is the same guys.
Did you ever record anything?
We recorded some stuff. Yeah, we recorded. We have some recordings coming up here soon. Mostly covers though.
Now I'm gonna ask this. This is still for high school, Johnny.
Got it.
At Keels the Deal asks on Instagram, what's the size of your Pemberton?
I don't know what that means, but yeah, I don't know how to answer what I don't know what the question is.
Okay, yeah. I think he's asking. I think he's calling your penis a member, and since it's Johnny Pemberton and member, he's blending the two together. So I think in a weird way, that guy's asking the size of your penis in high school.
Hi, I'm in high school right now, so I would never even think to answer that question directly. I'd probably make a bunch of sounds, and be like, oh, I don't know. Is this what's big? Oh my God, you know what's crazy? It's like, oh, watch this guy. What if the guy was like, I want to go downstairs right now and eat all the tacos, but you can't do that. Oh, guys, should we go outside right now? Oh, okay. What happened? Where are we?
This has been Do You Rememberton with Johnny Pemberton.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Wow, that was. I didn't remember being that way. I didn't remember being like that.
You didn't remember that?
I didn't remember being like that.
No, not at all.
No, I didn't remember it. I don't remember that.
You don't remember that at all?
I derbis.
So one time I remembered this thing, this haiku thing, and I didn't do it.
I derbis.
One time I remembered that.
I derbis about this.
I'm very nervous.
I derbis.
All-time favorite gig? A lot of people were asking, or a good experience on set. You've worked on a lot of different projects over the years, like movies and TV.
I don't know. I guess there's been so many that have been so fun and great, and they're all different. I think probably my favorite that I can remember was making Paul Rudd laugh so much that he had to get paper towels to wipe up his tears.
That's awesome. Was that in Neighborhood Watch?
That was in Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, that's right.
Yeah, I was fucking crushing him, man. I wouldn't let him go.
Yeah.
It was great. He had to get fucking paper towels from behind the counter because I fucking killed him.
Dude, that's got to be a very, very good feeling.
That felt good. All improvised stuff, which it made it in the movie too. That's cool.
It feels like really good whenever you can get improvised stuff in, because you're like, oh, I'm like really contributing to this role.
Right.
But
yeah,
then do you feel weird whenever people ask like you in interviews afterwards, or like, what if that was improvised? Do you feel ever weird like saying like, oh, I improvise a lot, because you don't want to discredit the writers or anything like that? Or are you just like,
No, because I've been doing this for a long enough to where I really realized that you can't improvise well unless the script is really great. Mm-hmm. So any writer who feels undermined by improvise that's a self-reflective thing. Because anytime you do improv on something, unless it's like, especially like on TV, there's always like the whole thing has been built. It's basically like you're the writer's architect, and you're just like painting the color of it differently. And it's like, wow, look at this building. Look at the color of it. It's like, well, that's just the color of it. It's a purely collaborative thing. And to think that one person is, if you're the actor, you already do get credit for everything. Like writers don't get they get credit among themselves, but to the average person who sees you, it's like, oh man, it was so funny in that. Even if I had nothing to do with anything, I think if I just said the words were written and just did it, it's still, to me, getting credit for the thing that is not all me. It's not by any means all me.
Okay. Final question. At Adventure Emo 92, Adventure Mo 92 on Instagram. Why do you hate garbage trucks? I heard it from everyone. So much garbage truck hate.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying this. I don't understand it at all. I mean, it's my friend who likes garbage trucks. I'll call him up real quick and see if I can get him to talk.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
I think that everybody kind of wants to figure out what's going on.
Hey, what's up? Hey, y'all. Hey, what's up, Wayne? How you doing?
Hey, Wayne, you said?
Yeah, that's right.
Now, why do you hate garbage trucks so much?
Okay, now look, I've been talking about this for a long time. I like garbage trucks. I like them a lot.
It doesn't sound like it, Wayne. It doesn't sound like it.
Do you hear the words I'm saying? I love garbage trucks.
There's a little bit of a tone that's making me think otherwise, but okay, go ahead and plot your case.
The people send me emails. They send me all kinds of emails to Hotmail, Yahoo, saying, why do you hate garbage trucks? No, I like garbage trucks. I think they're cool. They smell good, even though they're full of garbage. Anyone who says I don't like garbage trucks has got the wrong idea.
Okay, so is that...
yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. It just sounds like he doesn't like garbage trucks. I agree.
Yeah.
I love garbage trucks. I like them.
Clearly, you don't like garbage trucks, and the fact that you're taking it out on this show, I think it's kind of disgusting, and I think it's really offensive to garbage truck drivers and people who handle sanitation across the United States. Very insulting, by the way.
I love garbage trucks more than any person who likes garbage trucks. I name my dog Garbage. I have another cat named Trucks, okay? I love garbage trucks.
Yeah, but you haven't named your firstborn garbage truck, so there you go.
I don't want to have kids because I don't have to be distracted by anything other than garbage trucks. I love garbage trucks. I don't want to understand why you're emailing me saying this stuff about garbage trucks. I love garbage trucks.
All right, that's all the time we have.
Yeah, man. Okay, see you later.
But it's clear that your friend hates garbage trucks.
I don't understand it either. It's bizarre.
Okay, we'll have to move on. Well, this brings us to our final segment, Sax Talk. Oh, Sax Talk. So, Johnny, if you will share a story of a sexual encounter with our audience of anything at all, I'm going to play some sweet, sweet saxophone underneath to make it super sexual.
Great. It's a beautiful sax. That's an alto. Alto?
Yeah, it's an alto.
Good old alto sax. A good old
alto sax. Wow. Da 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 da. Baby. I've met a lot of people in my life, but the best person I ever met wasn't a person. One time in France, I had escargot. The escargot was alive. And I followed that snail to an apartment. Met this fine woman, 4.5 feet tall, named Marianne. She was a hairy lady from Chile. She invited me up to her small apartment that was 4 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet. It was a little box of sorts. And she had the hairiest back. When I touched it, it felt like a carpet. And boy, did I get ready to rip. I got hard as a yard on a Tuesday. And two became one in that 4 by 4 by 4 with Marianne. And that hairy back, oh, how it repelled the waters of sweat. They collected into a fine mist that created a rope. And I braided that back hair rope and slid down the outside like a snail. And now I got kids. Yeah, that's it. I got kids now.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. That was a fun story we just heard.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird sex stuff going on with back hair.
Yeah.
That was a little hard to follow.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I had a similar experience myself, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. Just a girl who had an incredibly hairy back I met one time, and I was interested by it. I was also just surprised, something where I was like, wow, that's a lot of hair.
So I feel like it's one of those things that never deters a guy from going through with something like that. You're just like, oh, this is the situation. Cool.
Yeah.
This is different.
Oh, this is new to me.
This is a new experience.
I'm only 19 and this is new.
Oh, so that happened when you're 19.
A version of that, yeah.
A version of that, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
a version
interesting.
that was much less interesting.
Well, the way that it was told, I mean, it was in a much lower octave, reverberated voice. I feel like you really captured your 19-year-old self.
I would say basically what I experienced was a girl who was hairy from South America. And I noticed that she had a significant amount of hair when I touched her lower back when we were fooling around at her apartment. I was like, wow. Like, it felt like she had a shirt on.
Wow.
But it's not.
You thought you had already taken her bra off?
I don't know. It just was. I was really surprised by it. It was interesting because it's just like, wow, that's so much. It was so soft that it seemed like it wasn't like.
Oh, it's supposed to be here, maybe.
Yeah, she had a lot of hair over the entire body.
Was that when you lost your virginity? 19?
No, this was after I lost my virginity. Actually, I was probably 21 at this time, maybe 20.
Baller.
Yeah. That was the first time I ever tried to date two girls at the same time, and I was like, man, this sucks.
Oh yeah, trying to balance the whole thing.
I can't believe it. I was like,
I don't know how people do that.
Yeah, I think they don't.
Not well, at least.
I think it's probably not really enjoyable unless it's something where that's what you enjoy.
Yeah, that chase.
If that's your thing, then it's your thing.
Then that's your thing. I mean, we're not judging it or anything, but it just seems like a hard situation to be in.
And I even wanted to be with her I was after her for so long. And I got with her and I was like, wow, I don't think this one is going to work out. It wasn't like a weird thing for either person. It was more just like, oh, well, yeah, it's just, this is not how we both envisioned it.
Yeah. We did the thing. Let's move forward separately.
I don't really like you that much. You don't really like me that much. Whatever.
Perfect. Well, dude, thanks for freaking coming on Jeremiah Wonders.
Thanks for wondering me.
Dude, I wondered what it would be like to have you as a guest for quite a while, and today we found that out.
I've always wondered about what things we're wondering about, and I found it out today.
Today we were wondering together, and today we were wonders together, and we wondered where it would go, and our wonders were fulfilled with joy and fantasy.
What a wonderance.
What a wonderance world this would be.
Yeah, I don't want to be hindered by that wonderance.
Now, where can people find you online and all that stuff?
Yeah, just Google my name. You can check out my podcast. It's called Live to Tape with Johnny Pemberton. It's on the Starburns audio.
With the Sklar Brothers, they're on that network too.
Yeah, Trustle's on there.
Yeah.
It's a good place to be. You listen to that. You can also check out my YouTube channel. It's just youtube.com/justmynipples. I post all...
I've seen some short films you posted on there and stuff. Funny stuff.
Short films. Otherwise, you can get the album digitally. It will come out May 15th on iTunes and Spotify. And you can go see the movie I did with Johnny Knoxville and Chris Pontius in theaters June 1st.
What's the name of that called?
It's called Action Point.
I think you worked with my buddy Joshua Hoover on that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
that's
he's
cool.
a good buddy of mine.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, wow. I just talked to him last night.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a great guy.
We went on a hike.
Josh is funny, man.
He's super funny.
He's like someone who I'm like, Josh, you don't get it. You're funny.
He's very, very funny.
Yeah, he's great in the movie. He plays his character who's based on someone. I'll tell you who afterwards. But
He told me off the podcast,
Oh, he did?
and
Yeah.
I actually know him
Yeah.
personally, who is based off
Exactly,
of.
that's what I
Yeah,
was-
so I'm very, very much looking forward to
it's definitely
seeing the
it's a
movie.
version of him, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But Josh makes it his own.
Awesome. Well, check out Johnny's new album that's coming out. Look him up online, follow him everywhere. And dude, thanks so much for doing the show.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, friend.
Johnny, it has been a pleasure to have you on Jeremiah Wonders. This is like the credits of the show.
It's been outstanding.
It's been so fun to have you on the show.
A good place to be.
You got a lot of good stuff going on, and I wish you continued success, my friend.
I can't beat that.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.